Well, hello, YouTube modeling community. That's right, it's the Fat Man from Alabama coming to you from Don's Garage. Well, here's a little info tip, whatever kind of video you want to call it. This is a pair of 55 Nomad AMT kits. One is a finished, the green and white one is a finished car, or as finished as it's going to get. Done gasser style, and so is the one in primer. The reason for the two cars is the green one, when I got it done, I discovered a lot of issues with the way the car fits together. I'm not happy with the foil work. The foil on the green one is from it's bare metal foil brand. It's the bright chrome that they came out with. It does match the kit chrome a little bit better. It's got that toy look. I have changed since this car. I use what they label as new and improved. I love that stuff. It works so much better. Has a realistic chrome look. But anyway, that's kind of off topic. The topic for this video really is showing the fitment issue I had on the green one. I kind of rushed building that car. I built that thing probably 12, 13 years ago. Paint came out nice. I'm pleased with it enough. I'm not tearing it apart and rebuilding it. Nice thing about models, they are still cheap enough. The one in primer's a parts box build. I gathered pieces here and there till I got enough to build the car, get the car to the point you see now. I've got everything else to finish it. There's still some body work I want to do. Not much. It's close to where I want it. And we will show some more of that car in this video. What I'm going to show you here is the issue I have with the green one. Let's peel the hood off of it. Now, I mean, this thing's literally box stock. Kit motor. Yeah, no radiator hose. That's an issue with me. I keep forgetting to put the radiator hoses on. But here, and let me hold it with the other hand, and I can point out the issue I have. You see here, see how the pointer goes between the valence and the rail? That should not happen. It's not that the front frame rails are turned down. They're straight. The problem actually is in the chassis fitting against the interior. Which here you really can't tell because it's all put together. Also, the headers, the front axle, the rear axle, drive shaft, and the traction bars from the kit were stripped and painted with Alclad. Again, like I said, this is all done 12 years ago, and the old Alclad has held up pretty good. Now the gas tank is the kit chrome, and I see I've got a little whiteness from the glue that's holding it on. The other fitment problem I've got with it, you can see here, let's get it in frame. Yeah, the tailgate doesn't fit real well. In fact, it's not even close where it needs to be. That's one of the other things I've got to work on the primer car. Also, you'll notice how thin the apron is. This is how the apron should be. AMT, for whatever reason, they made it thicker. As you can see here, now this is the sedan body, but the front ends are the same. See how thick it is here? Now what I done is I went inside and get it in frame, get my pointer here, and I basically cut it off almost flush with the bottom side of the apron to give it a more realistic effect. Now this is not a problem if you're building a car with a front bumper, covers all that up. But on a gasser or street freak or anything where you don't want to put the front bumper on, this, when you cut this down, just gives it a more realistic look. It's not a make or break deal, but it's something I addressed. I like it. The primer car, let's get this beast more closer to us. This thing is just mocked up. In fact, let me pause the video where I can reposition the camera. Hold on, I'll be right back. Now we're going to give a quick go around with this car. The body's 90% ready for paint. Like I said, I've got to cut the brace out of the back. I leave that in because I was doing a bunch of other work up top, and I wanted to keep everything as flat and as straight as I could. This kit, due to the age of the molds, there's some lining up issues on the body. Some I address, some I'm not worried about. They're not that big a deal to me. Yeah, you can see it still rolls. So the front axle is kind of pinned in place. The front wheels are just slid on the spindles. Same thing with the rear. So I'm going to pick this pig up. Let's see if I can do this without everything just falling apart all at once. Okay. Now, the issue we have with this car, alright, is between these two pieces, where the interior meets the floor. Unfortunately, this one I've already, kind of fixed the problem, so I can't show you the real issue. But everybody that's built this kit or had this kit to build, pay attention to this part. I sanded the floor here because I first thought that was the problem. It was hitting my pointer here. It was hitting here. It was also the transmission tunnel right in here. There's an issue. It's too thick. What I did to get things to fit better is I sanded this with a flat stick. It's rather thin here, but it's not really got to hold anything up. So, like I said, I got it cut down, and then I did the same thing inside here in the transmission tunnel of the interior, till I got the two to fit together considerably better. Let's see, in this shot, you can see here the interior bucket now fits nice and flush with the floor pan of the chassis. Now this transfers into, and there's some subtle adjustments you need to make with a sanding stick along this edge here to get it to fit inside the body a little bit better. Now what I've done is the hinge part of the gate hooks into the back. We've got a nice even fit. Well, I'm going to hold it all back in place. There we go. It fits good all the way around. It's in good. Lines up decent. Lines up decent in here against the firewall. I also had to work this area just a little bit. That's the thing with an AMT kit. They're finicky. But with a little time and patience, they build into an extremely nice car. There was a subtle adjustment done on the front frame rails. I still had a little curvature or bend in it right here. But now you can see, I hope, how the frame rail meets up with the end fenders nicely. And that's a couple of glue points I can finish making it fit better. But now the frame horns line up with what's a little bit left of the groove. Line up nicely. Now here, when the finished car, there'll be a spreader bar put in here, and I'll probably spring for some photo etch bolt heads to go on each ends to give it again that little more realistic look. The other thing I've done, as you can see, I have flared the rear wheel openings. They're radiused and then flared. They fit. I think I've got the wrong, what it is, I'm building a two-door sedan just like it. Building the pair. But I think I got the wheels mixed up. Anywho, if I can get this all buttoned back together here. What I get, see, one fits better than the other. I may have to, well, let's get the right side in first. The tire, the idea is the sidewall of the tire to be relatively even with the flare I done. I didn't want to do a big flare. I wanted something subtle but noticeable. You can also tell on this side I've got the tire sticks out a little bit. That's why I'm thinking I've got the wrong wheels on this one. But that is what it is. Another little modeling trick, and I do this on any of my cars with metal axles. Instead of, because inevitably I wind up with a short axle. It sticks, you plug it into one wheel and you go to the other side and there's barely enough sticking out. So I cut the axle in two. Because I glue the wheels in, I glue the axle anyway, so because I don't want it rolling. So this just makes it easier. I've got them pinned, long pins, but it works. That's the rear end. I've used the front axle from the kit, and differently from what I did on the green one, as you can tell, yes, I drilled the holes out. I also drilled out the radius arms. This will be sprayed in Alclad, and I'll do some detail work, subtle paint details. The wheels are from, the front wheels are from the Nomad kit. The rears are out of my parts box. At this moment I couldn't really tell you where they're from. And then of course the M&H slicks that come in a lot of AMT kits, and then AMT, you know, does a 8-pack, I think it is. Enough to do 4 cars. Well, I hope this helps anybody that's building this kit or plans on building this kit. It's a subtle issue, easily fixed with, again, like I said, just a little time and patience. So, fellas, remember, live, love, and laugh. And let's take some time to enjoy this wonderful hobby. This is my escape from reality, as I'm sure it is for many of y'all. Let's not get too serious. Then day we're just playing with toy cars, right? So until the next video, if you like what you see, please hit the like button, comment. If you like the content enough, please hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. There's many more videos coming this week. And I'm out of here, fellas. Have a good one. Goodbye.